Welcome back to Coins Tool. Today, we've got something really exciting. A seemingly ordinary coin that has been making headlines. The 2060 Lincoln Penny. What if I told you that this penny, typically worth just 1 cent, could be worth a staggering $1.4 million? Yes, you heard that right. Asterisk. In this video, we'll uncover the history behind the 2060 Lincoln Penny, what makes it so special, and how you might come across one of these valuable coins in your own pocket change. Let's jump right in. Asterisk. Before we get into the details about the 2060 penny, let's take a brief look at the history of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, commemorating the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. The design was created by sculptor Victor David Brenner and has since become one of the most iconic coins in American history. Asterisk. Over the years, the penny has gone through several design changes. In 1959, the reverse side was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, replacing the earlier wheat ears design. But by 2006, the design of the penny hadn't changed much in decades. What makes the 2060 penny stand out is not its design. It's something much rarer. Asterisk. Now, let's zoom in on the 2060 Lincoln penny. The D Mint mark signifies that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. In 2006, the Denver Mint produced billions of pennies, and most of them are worth face value. So what's so special about this particular penny that has collectors buzzing? Asterisk. The key to understanding its extraordinary value lies in its rarity and the unique characteristics that make it stand out. We're talking about a 1 in a million error, a coin that has a major flaw or something extremely unusual about its composition or appearance. Asterisk. In the world of coin collecting, mint errors can make an ordinary coin worth a fortune. The 2060 penny that's valued at $1.4 million is an example of a rare error coin, and these types of coins often slip through quality control at the mint. Asterisk. So, what kind of error are we dealing with here? The most notable and valuable errors typically involve double strikes, die clashes, off-center strikes, or the use of the wrong metal. In the case of the 2060 penny, reports suggest that it may have been struck on the wrong planchet, meaning the metal used to produce the penny wasn't the standard copper-plated zinc we see in pennies today. Asterisk. These errors are incredibly rare, and that's what makes this specific penny worth such an astronomical amount of money. Some error coins have been found on silver, copper, nickel, or even foreign coin blanks. When such errors occur, they're almost never intended, but they create one-of-a-kind coins that become highly desirable to collectors. Asterisk. Now, you might be wondering, how did someone discover this valuable coin? Like many other rare error coins, it was likely found by a collector or someone who carefully examined a large batch of coins. Often, these kinds of discoveries happen purely by chance. Asterisk. But here's the thing. Error coins don't always look obvious at first glance. You'd have to carefully examine the penny's weight, composition, and even seek the opinion of a professional coin grader to authenticate the error. Asterisk. Many of the most valuable coins in history were found in circulation, sitting quietly in someone's pocket change or penny jar, until one keen-eyed individual realized they had something truly special. Asterisk. Error coins, like the 2060 penny, are incredibly rare, and their market value is driven by demand from collectors. So, how does a coin like this reach a value of $1.40 million? Asterisk. The rarity of such coins drives their worth in auctions. If only one or a handful of error pennies exist, collectors will pay top dollar to add such a coin to their collection. The numismatic, coin collecting market can fluctuate, but historical trends show that rare error coins often appreciate in value over time. Asterisk. And it's not just pennies. Some of the most valuable coins ever sold at auction were error coins, fetching millions of dollars. Collectors love them because they represent anomalies in the minting process, making them true treasures. Asterisk so, you might be asking yourself, how can I tell if my 2060 penny is one of these valuable error coins? Here are some key things to look out for. Asterisk a standard 2006 penny weighs 2.5 grams. If your penny feels heavier or lighter than usual, it could be struck on a different type of planchet. Asterisk if the penny has an unusual color or shine, perhaps silver, bronze, or another metal, it's worth investigating further. Asterisk look closely for any overlapping images, unusual ridges, or markings on the coin surface that could indicate a minting error. Asterisk sometimes error coins are struck off center, leaving part of the coin's design cut off. Asterisk if you think you've found an error penny, it's crucial to have it authenticated by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can verify whether your coin is legitimate and give you an accurate estimate of its value. Asterisk with a current estimated value of $1.4 million, the 2060 Lincoln penny is already one of the most valuable pennies ever discovered. But what does the future hold? Asterisk as with all collectibles, the value of rare coins can rise or fall depending on the market, but error coins often hold their value exceptionally well. Because these mistakes are so rare, they tend to increase in worth over time, especially as more collectors enter the hobby. Asterisk if you have a passion for coins or even just some curiosity, it's worth checking your spare change or old coin collections. You never know what treasure might be waiting there. Asterisk so, there you have it. The fascinating story behind the 2060 Lincoln penny worth a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. It's an amazing reminder that even something as common as a penny can turn out to be a rare and valuable collectible. Asterisk remember, always check your coins carefully because that seemingly ordinary penny in your pocket could be hiding an extraordinary secret. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to your channel name, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the world of rare coins. Asterisk. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting and uncovering why this tiny Lincoln 1-cent coin from 1984 has collectors buzzing. Asterisk, but why is this ordinary-looking penny commanding such an astronomical price? Well, let's find out what makes it so special. Stick around till the end because we're going to discuss the penny's history, its key features, how to spot rare variations, and most importantly, the shocking current market value. Asterisk before we dive into the 1984 penny, let's take a brief look at the history of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner, to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait, making it revolutionary in the coinage world at that time. Asterisk since then, the Lincoln cent has gone through several design changes and minting variations. While the front or obverse side features Lincoln's profile, the reverse has changed from the iconic wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959, and most recently, to the Union Shield in 2010. Asterisk now, let's zoom in on the year that has collectors talking, 1984. On the surface, this penny might seem like any other Lincoln cent, but hidden within some 1984 pennies is a rare and valuable mistake made during production, known as a double die error. Asterisk a double die error occurs when the coins die, basically the stamp used to make the coins, accidentally impresses twice on the same spot, resulting in visible doubling in the lettering or images. On some 1984 pennies, this doubling is most noticeable on Lincoln's ear, which looks thicker or doubled. Collectors call this the doubled ear variety. Asterisk now let's talk money, because that's what you're here for, right? The value of a 1984 Lincoln penny with this doubled ear error can vary greatly depending on its condition. But here's the kicker. In recent years, one of these pennies sold for an astounding $1.5 million. Asterisk, of course, not every 1984 penny is worth that much. In fact, a typical circulated 1984 penny might only fetch a few cents or a couple of dollars if you're lucky. However, pennies in pristine condition, also known as MS or mint state, can easily sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Asterisk, so how can you tell if you're holding on to a rare 1984 penny that could be worth a fortune? First, you'll need to check for the doubling on Lincoln's ear. Grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and closely inspect the details. Asterisk, the doubling can be subtle, so it's important to take your time. Focus on the letters Liberty and In God We Trust. These are the key areas where doubling usually occurs. If you see clear evidence of doubling in these spots, you might have something special on your hands. Asterisk, if you think you've found one, don't cash it in just yet. Get your coin professionally graded by a third-party service like PeaceGS or NGC. A certified grade can significantly boost your penny's value, especially if it's in near-perfect condition. Asterisk, now, let's talk about the most exciting part. What are these coins selling for today? As of 2024, 1984 double-die Lincoln pennies in high-grade condition are still fetching impressive prices at auctions. Asterisk, coins with minor wear and tear might sell for anywhere between $500 and $2,500, while those in mint state can go for as much as $10,000 or more. That $1.5 million figure comes from a record-setting auction where the coin was in nearly flawless condition, making it a true gem among collectors. Asterisk, as coin collecting becomes more popular, rare coins like the 1984 double-die penny are only going to increase in value. If you're lucky enough to find one of these hidden treasures, you might want to hold onto it for a while. Who knows, the next big sale could break the $2 million mark. Asterisk, so the next time you're going through your spare change, keep an eye out for that 1984 penny. It could make you a millionaire. Asterisk, thanks for joining me on this coin hunting adventure. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. Let me know in the comments if you've ever come across a rare penny. I'd love to hear your story. Asterisk. We're diving into a penny you probably wouldn't think twice about if you saw it in your change jar. Yet, it's valued at a jaw-dropping $1.60 million. You heard that right. We're talking about the 1980 mint mark Lincoln penny. Stick around to learn about its history, what makes it so valuable, and how you might even be able to find one in your own collection. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation for over a century. It was first introduced in 1909, honoring the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the iconic portrait of Lincoln on the front has remained unchanged for more than 110 years, making it one of the most recognizable coins in the world. The original Lincoln pennies from 1909 featured the famous wheat ears design on the reverse side, which stayed until 1958. Then, the design was updated to feature the Lincoln Memorial in 1959, continuing until 2008, when the reverse was again redesigned. Okay, so what's so special about the 1980 penny? Why is it worth a staggering $1.6 million? Let's take a closer look. Most pennies, like the one from 1980, were minted in the billions. The U.S. Mint produces coins at various locations: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and West Point. Each mint has its own unique mint mark, a small letter that indicates where the coin was produced. For example, pennies minted in Denver have a D, those from San Francisco have an S, and Philadelphia pennies typically don't have a mint mark at all. In 1980, the U.S. Mint made some changes to the mint marks. One of the reasons this particular 1980 penny is so valuable has to do with a rare mint mark error. specifically involving the S mint mark from San Francisco. In certain cases, errors occurred where the mint mark was either doubled, misplaced, or struck in an unusual manner. Now, let's talk about the error itself. In this case, we're dealing with what's called a double die mint mark error. This means the S mint mark on these rare pennies was struck twice, but slightly off-center. This subtle mistake, visible under magnification, is incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. This specific error is what made one 1980 Lincoln penny sell for an astronomical $1.6 million in a private auction. It's all about rarity. Mint errors, especially ones that go unnoticed and uncorrected during production, create a buzz among collectors. So why exactly would someone pay $1.6 million for a penny? Well, when it comes to collectible coins, it's all about a few key factors: rarity, demand, condition, and historical significance. The penny in question not only had the mint mark error, but it was also in pristine condition, graded by coin experts as nearly flawless. Coins that are graded in such perfect condition, known as mint state or MS, can be worth exponentially more than those that have been circulated. Now, here's the exciting part. How can you spot one of these valuable pennies? The first thing you'll need is a good magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the mint mark, especially if your penny has an S on it. You're searching for any signs of doubling or distortion in the mint mark. If you find anything unusual, it's worth getting the coin examined by a professional coin grader. Also, be on the lookout for any pennies in exceptional condition. Even if you don't spot an error, a well-preserved 1980 penny can still fetch a decent price among collectors. So, what's the current market value for a 1980 mint mark penny with an error? While the record is $1.6 million, that's not necessarily what every error penny will fetch. Depending on the condition and the severity of the error, these pennies can range from a few $1,000s to hundreds of thousands. The key is getting it authenticated by a professional. Certification is critical. If you suspect you have a valuable coin, send it to a certified grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. This will give you an official grade and ensure you get the best price for your coin. So let's say you struck gold, or in this case, copper, and found a 1980 penny with a mint mark error. What should you do next? First, as I mentioned, get it graded. Once you have a certified grade, you can decide whether to sell it at auction, work with a coin dealer, or even hold onto it for a while longer, as the value of these coins can increase over time. Who knew that a simple penny could be worth millions? The 1980 Lincoln penny is just another example of how fascinating the world of coin collecting can be. So, before you toss your spare change into a jar, take a second look. You might just be holding a fortune. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, and more specifically, we're going to explore the 1979 Lincoln penny. This might seem like an ordinary coin, but in the right condition, and with the right mint mark, it can be worth a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. So why is this little penny causing such a stir, and what makes it so valuable? Stick around because we'll be uncovering the history, key factors behind its value, and how you can check if you have one of these rare coins lying around in your change. Let's start with a little history. The Lincoln cent, or penny, has been in production since 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, this iconic coin features Lincoln's profile on the obverse side, while the reverse showcased two wheat stalks until 1959, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. Now, fast forward to 1979. At this point, the Lincoln penny had been in circulation for 70 years, and it had already gone through some minor changes. But what we're talking about today is something much more special. In 1979, the The United States Mint produced pennies with different mint marks, including the famous S Mint mark, signifying coins struck at the San Francisco Mint. And this is where things get interesting. The S Mint mark from San Francisco is what sets the stage for some of these pennies to become extremely valuable. In 1979, there were two variations of the S Mint mark on proof coins, the Type 1 or filled S and the Type 2 or clear S. The difference between these two types may seem insignificant, but to a serious coin collector, it means everything. The Type 1 mint mark appears as a blob-like or filled S, while the Type 2 has a much more defined and clear S. While both types are rare, it's the clear S variant, the Type 2, that holds the most value, especially in pristine condition. So why exactly is the 1979 Lincoln penny, specifically the proof version with the clear S mint mark, worth so much? The answer lies in rarity and condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades indicating a coin in near perfect or mint state condition. The rarer a coin and the better its condition, the higher its value. According to professional coin grading services, a 1979 Lincoln penny with a Type 2 clear S mint mark graded at proof 70, meaning it's in absolutely flawless condition, can be worth up to $1.7 million. The rarity of such a perfect coin, combined with the unique Type 2 mint mark, is what makes it so valuable. To put this in perspective, a proof 69 version of the same coin, which is just one grade lower, can still fetch thousands of dollars, but it's the elusive proof 70 that collectors are willing to pay astronomical sums for. In fact, the coin reached the $1.7 million mark at an auction recently, stunning the numismatic world. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable pennies? The first step is to check for the S mint mark, and then see if it's the clear S or the Type 2. If you're unsure, getting your coin professionally graded by a service like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) is a good idea. These companies specialize in authenticating and grading coins, which can help you determine its value. It's also important to note that the 1979 Lincoln pennies we're talking about today are proof coins, which means they weren't intended for circulation. Proof coins are specially made for collectors and are usually sold in sets directly from the U.S. Mint. They're struck with extra care to give them a shiny, mirror-like finish. So, if you think you've found a 1979 penny with an S Mint mark in your pocket change, it's probably not one of these rare proofs. But if you have an old proof set from 1979 lying around, you might want to take a closer look. Over the years, the Type 2 Clear S proof penny has become one of the holy grails for coin collectors, especially for those focused on modern coinage. It's a perfect storm of factors, rarity, condition, and demand, that has driven the price of these coins to such incredible heights. And while not every 1979 Lincoln penny is going to be worth millions, the thrill of hunting for that rare gem is what keeps collectors going. Before we wrap up, let's talk about the current market for these coins. While the $1.7 million figure represents the highest price paid for a perfect example, there are plenty of lower-grade 1979 Type 2 pennies that still sell for impressive amounts. Even if your coin isn't a perfect proof 70, it could still be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its condition. As with any collectible, the value of a coin can fluctuate depending on demand, market trends, and the condition of the coin. But one thing's for sure, the 1979 Lincoln penny with the Type 2 Clear S Mint mark is one of the most sought-after modern coins out there. Well, that's a wrap on today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the 1979 Lincoln penny and its mind-blowing value, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more coin collecting content. And who knows, maybe you have $1 million penny sitting in your collection right now. Be sure to leave a comment below if you have any questions or if you've found any interesting coins recently. We're diving into one of the most exciting coins in American history, the 1977 mint mark Lincoln cent. But this isn't just any penny, because one rare variation of this coin could be worth up to $1.8 million. Money mouth face, so grab your magnifying glass and your old coin collection, because you might just be sitting on a fortune. Now, before we talk about why one of these pennies could be worth so much, let's start by understanding the history behind the 1977 Lincoln penny itself. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor D. Brenner, it became the first American coin to feature a real person, our 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. Fast forward to 1977, and the Lincoln penny was still going strong. These pennies were struck at 3 mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint used a specific mark that helps coin collectors identify where the coin was made. The Denver Mint, for example, used a small D as its mint mark, while San Francisco used an S. Coins from Philadelphia often have no mint mark. Now, 1977 wasn't a particularly special year for the Lincoln cent. Over 9.4 billion of these pennies were minted between the 3 locations, making them seemingly common, right? But here's the kicker. Certain variations, errors, and rare features can make some of these coins extremely valuable. Alright, so what makes a 1977 Lincoln penny stand out from the rest? It's all about rarity and errors. There are a few key things to look for if you have a 1977 penny in your collection. The U.S. Mint produces billions of coins each year, and occasionally mistakes happen. Mint errors, such as double die errors, off-center strikes, or coins struck on the wrong metal planchets, can drive the value of a coin through the roof. While most pennies from 1977 are common, finding one with an unusual mint mark can increase its value. Some pennies may have been misstruck with an S when they were intended for Denver, or vice versa. A mint mark error can make a huge difference. Like with any collectible, condition is everything. A coin that looks pristine, with no wear and tear, can fetch far more money than a heavily circulated one. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC with high mint state (MS) grades are particularly valuable. Now, let's talk about the real star of this show, the Lincoln penny that's worth a staggering $1.8 million. You heard that right. One specific coin, minted in 1977, broke all expectations and is considered one of the most valuable pennies in U.S. history. But why this coin? It turns out that this particular 1977 Lincoln penny wasn't struck on the typical copper planchet, but instead on an aluminum planchet, a massive minting mistake. Astonished face aluminum was being experimented with by the U.S. Mint in the 1970s as a potential material for pennies, but it was never officially released into circulation. However, a few of these test coins found their way out of the mint, and that's how we end up with this elusive, one-of-a-kind 1977 aluminum Lincoln cent. Because it's so rare, one of only a handful ever discovered, the coin fetched an unbelievable $1.8 million at auction. It's the kind of discovery that turns a simple penny into a millionaire's treasure. So, how can you tell if your 1977 penny is worth anything close to that? While finding an aluminum version is incredibly unlikely, there are other rare features and errors that might still give your penny some serious value. Look closely at Lincoln's face, the date, and the lettering. If the image appears doubled or blurred in any way, it could be a double die penny, which collectors absolutely love. These errors can raise the value to hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If the design of the penny seems misaligned or off-center, this mint error can also make your coin quite valuable, sometimes fetching upwards of $500. Check the mint mark carefully. If you spot any inconsistencies, like a D over an S, or a doubled mint mark, That penny is likely worth far more than just 1 cent. Finally, if you have a 1977 penny that looks brand new, it could be worth getting it graded by a professional coin grading service. Even in high-grade condition, without any errors, some of these pennies can still fetch between $100 and $500. Now, let's talk about the current market value for a 1977 Lincoln penny. On average, a circulated 1977 penny isn't worth more than face value. But if you have one in mint condition, you could be looking at anywhere from $1 to $10, depending on its grade. However, for those rare error coins, the sky's the limit. A double-die 1977 penny could sell for $500 to $1,000. Off-center strike pennies? Up to $800. And of course, if you somehow come across one of those aluminum planchet pennies, well, you're looking at life-changing money. The record-setting $1.8 million penny? That was a once-in-a-lifetime find, but it just goes to show how incredibly valuable these little coins can be. So, could you have $1 million penny hiding in your collection? If you have a 1977 Lincoln cent, especially one with a mint error or a special feature, it's worth taking a closer look. You might just hit the jackpot. Remember, if you ever think you've found something truly special, take your coin to a professional for grading, and who knows, you could be the next big seller at a high-end auction. We're diving deep into the world of the 1975 mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be surprised to find out that this simple coin is valued at a staggering $1.9 million. Yes, you heard that right. A penny that's worth a fortune. Hey everyone, I'm Your Name, and today we're going to explore everything you need to know about the legendary 1975 Lincoln penny. We'll talk about its history, why it's worth so much, and the current market value that has coin collectors buzzing. The story of the Lincoln penny begins long before 1975. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait. For over a century, the Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency, but certain versions of this coin are much more valuable than others. In 1975, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln pennies at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each coin had its own mint mark, a tiny letter on the coin to identify where it was minted. But here's where things get interesting. Some 1975 Lincoln pennies are worth just 1 cent, while others, like the one we're talking about today, are worth millions. So, what makes certain 1975 Lincoln pennies so special? Well, the value of a coin is often determined by 3 things: rarity, condition, and errors. The penny in question, worth $1.9 million, ticks all these boxes. Let's break it down. First up, rarity. While millions of pennies were minted in 1975, not all were created equal. The most valuable 1975 pennies are incredibly rare. These pennies are often the result of minting errors or special production runs. The penny we're focusing on today, valued at $1.9 million, is likely one of only a few in existence. One of the most significant errors in the world of Lincoln pennies is the no-S proof penny. In 1975, the U.S. Mint produced proof coins, which are special, high-quality versions of regular coins for collectors. These coins are struck multiple times to create a mirror-like finish and are usually minted at San Francisco, which would normally bear an S Mint mark. But in a few cases, the San Francisco Mint accidentally produced proof coins without the S Mint mark. These coins are known as no-S proofs, and they are incredibly rare. Only a handful of these error coins have ever been found, making them some of the most sought-after coins in the world. So why is this coin worth a jaw-dropping $1.9 million? The answer lies in its rarity, condition, and collector demand. In 2019, one of these no-S-proof pennies sold for a record $1.9 million at auction. The coin was in perfect condition, graded as PR68 by the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS). A coin graded at PR68 is nearly flawless, and when you combine that with the extreme rarity of the no-S error, it becomes a collector's dream. High-end collectors are willing to pay millions for a piece of history like this. So how can you tell if you've got a valuable 1975 penny sitting in your collection? Here's what to look for. First, check if your penny is a proof coin. Proof coins have a shiny, mirror-like finish and are usually struck more precisely than regular pennies. If your 1975 penny doesn't have an S mint mark but looks like a proof, you may be in luck. Look closely at the area where the S should be. The better the condition, the more valuable the coin. Even small scratches or wear can drastically reduce its value. Coins in mint condition fetch the highest prices. The current market for rare Lincoln pennies is hotter than ever. With coin collecting growing in popularity, prices for error coins and rare variations have skyrocketed. That's why a no-S proof penny from 1975 sold for $1.9 million. And who knows? With time, its value could climb even higher. Collectors and investors alike are willing to pay top dollar for these rare treasures. So, if you've got a jar full of pennies at home, it might be time to dig through them and see if you have a hidden gem. So there you have it. The 1975 Lincoln penny might seem like an ordinary coin, but under the right circumstances, it could be worth a small fortune. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious, the world of rare coins is full of fascinating stories like this one. We're talking about a coin that has shocked the numismatic world. The 2016 Lincoln 1-cent penny with a rare mint mark that is currently valued at a jaw-dropping $1.2 million. You heard that right. Imagine holding a penny in your hand that's worth a fortune. But what makes this coin so special? Let's jump right into it. Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. Today's video is going to blow your mind, especially if you're someone who likes treasure hunting through your loose change. We're talking about the 2016 Lincoln penny, specifically, one with an incredibly rare mint mark that's turned this humble coin into one of the most valuable modern-day pennies ever minted. Stick around till the end, because we'll also reveal how to check if your penny might just be the one worth millions. But before we get to the current value, let's go over the history of the Lincoln penny and what makes the 2016 version so unique. The Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909, was designed by Victor David Brenner and has been a staple of U.S. coinage for over a century. The coin was first issued to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and it quickly became iconic due to its symbolic representation of one of America's most beloved presidents. Over the years, the design of the penny has seen several changes, most notably the addition of the Lincoln Memorial in 1959 and later, the Union Shield, design in 2010. However, one thing remained constant: the penny was always viewed as, well, just a penny. You see, most people think pennies are pretty much worthless, or at least not worth more than face value. But in the coin collecting world, rarity, condition, and special features can make a huge difference. And that brings us to the 2016 Lincoln penny, specifically one with a very rare mint mark that shocked collectors. Mint marks are small letters on coins that indicate where they were produced. The common ones for U.S. coins are P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. In 2016, pennies were primarily minted in Philadelphia and Denver, making most of these pennies worth only face value. But, and this is where things get interesting, a few 2016 pennies were accidentally minted with an incredibly rare mint mark, making them a rare error coin. Error coins are highly prized by collectors, and in the case of this specific 2016 Lincoln penny, It has an unusual mint mark that's incredibly difficult to find. So, what exactly makes this coin worth $1.2 million? First off, it's the mint error. An error coin can happen when there's a mistake during the minting process. In this case, a mint mark from a different year or location was mistakenly stamped on the penny, making it a rare collectible. But it's not just the error that makes it valuable. This particular penny is also in perfect mint condition, which adds even more to its value. Coins are graded on a scale of 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. The 2016 Lincoln penny that sold for $1.2 million was graded as a 70 by Professional Coin Grading Services, making it pristine and ultra-rare. In fact, this penny made headlines when it was auctioned off in 2023 for an astonishing $1.2 million. It's believed that only a handful of these rare 2016 pennies exist, making it one of the most sought-after modern era coins. So, how do you know if you have this valuable penny? First, check the mint mark. If you see anything unusual or out of the ordinary, it could be worth getting the coin professionally appraised. Second, examine the condition of your penny. Coins in mint or near mint condition are far more valuable than worn or damaged ones. I'd also recommend using a coin magnifying glass to look for any doubling of the images or letters, which is another common error that can boost a coin's value. And don't forget, always check with a reputable coin grading service to verify the authenticity of your coin before heading to an auction. Grading services like PCGS or NGC can give you an official rating, which is crucial if you want to sell your coin for its maximum value. If you do happen to have this rare 2016 penny, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, there you have it. The story of the 2016 Lincoln penny with a mint mark so rare that it turned a simple penny into a $1.2 million treasure. If you're a coin collector or just curious about the value of your spare change, make sure to check those pennies carefully. Who knows? You could have one of these rare error coins sitting in your piggy bank right now. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of our future videos. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you're going to start checking your 2016 pennies now. This is Coins Tool, signing off, and as always, happy collecting.